Driving around looking for parking can be a pain. You want to be close to where you're going and you want to pay the lowest price. ParkWhiz is trying to take this very offline business online with a website and a mobile app that lets you reserve a parking spot before you even pull into the garage.
Wait, all the stuff up here?
The founders of ParkWhiz, Aashish, Dalal, and John Thornton, don't know how to answer when you ask them if they're still a startup. They launched the company in 2005, and for some perspective, that was 2 years before the release of the first iPhone. Dalal's idea to disrupt the parking business was initially based on sensors to track a garage's real-time capacity, but after 2 years of trying to be a hardware company, they scrapped their plans because it would have been too costly.
That was the first defining moment of our company, was that we were able to recognize we need to pivot and we need to move into something that's going to actually generate revenue.
In 2007, ParkWhiz became a web-based service focused primarily on event parking. Dalal and Thornton's big break came 3 years later, when they were still a home-based two-man operation, and the North Texas Super Bowl committee asked them to help with parking at Cowboy Stadium. As a result, ParkWhiz ended up forming a partnership with StubHub and also has one with Ticketmaster and TicketsNow, among others.
I get a call on my cell phone, and I pick it up, and it's the director of business development at StubHub. And my daughter's in the room next door, and she's about to wake up from her nap. And I run into the bathroom, and I turn on the space heater, and just to drown out the noise. And they don't know we're a two-person company, and we're trying to make ourselves look a little bit bigger. I think that what it really speaks to is that even though we were a small company at the time, what we were building was touching hundreds of thousands of people.
More than 1 million people, to be exact, have used ParkWhiz, which takes a 15% cut of the parking price. The prices are typically discounted from the drive-up rate. The company works with 2,000 parking locations in 80 cities nationwide and has generated $10 million in revenue for garages. In turn, its own revenue has jumped 300% year over year. In 2010, ParkWhiz expanded from event parking to daily parking, which is now its fastest-growing part of the business. This month, the company also added monthly parking to its offerings. To fund all of this growth, ParkWhiz in late 2012 snagged $2 million in Series A funding led by Hyde Park Venture Partners, which enabled them to hire more than 20 employees in their West Loop offices. The funding came at the same time its Chicago-based competitor, Spot Hero, announced a $2.5 million round as well. Spot Hero launched in 2011 and is currently serving just 3 cities. One ParkWhiz investor, Navteq's former Chief Technology Officer Amrish Modi, who talked about the company's competition and its potential roadblocks.
So their biggest challenge is to managing the growth because they've been cash flow positive for quite a while. They didn't take the VC money because they wanted to grow on their own. Now the expansion is so rapid that they decide to take the money. Along with the money comes some guidance, some connections. They're hiring the right people, mentoring them, thinking long term, not just thinking short term. These are things really set them apart from the competition.
Another challenge, convincing garage operators like the ones Dalal recently spoke to at an industry conference to embrace the latest technology. Only 20% of ParkWhiz locations accept mobile payment, which is a problem for people who don't think about parking before they get in the car.
If we can't better that consumer experience, we're not going to be around very long. So for us, the work is how do we convince the other 80% that not only is it more secure for your customers, but you're going to drive more consumers to your location through using the mobile phone as opposed to printing off a piece of paper.
Behind smartphones and tablets, Dalal says the connected car is the third fastest growing device. It's no surprise then that his ultimate goal is to be a part of it, and they are scrambling to make ParkWhiz the preferred parking provider inside the car.
We understand that we need to be in the car, and we have some amazing relationships with companies that we've established within that feed into the OEMs and with the OEMs directly, and that's really where we think it's a game changer.
ParkWhiz also has plans to expand to several European cities within the next year and eventually move to Asia and other regions, doing for parking what OpenTable has done for dining and Orbitz has done for travel.